My name is Dan Wright, and I'm a commercial artist, professional artist, and have been for most all of my career. Muncie has been home to me since I was 5. We moved here when I was 5 years old in 1972. I grew up wanting to draw and to do something creative, and to draw mostly, to do something creative with myself. And a lot of that meant also I wanted to do something that was funny. When I was approaching 30 years old, a dear friend of mine said, "You've probably got the chops to be a syndicated cartoonist, but you're going to have to learn how to write." And so he was right. I began to study the history of American newspaper strip cartooning and looking into what I wanted to say as a commercial artist. I developed what I thought was a really commercially viable cartoon strip in my 30s. And I got back form letter rejections from the syndicates that you send these things off to, and they don't give you any sort of criticism or critique. You're working blind, which was helpful to me because it had me set aside thinking of other people as the first audience. Other people are not the first audience. You are your first audience. My favorite medium for drawing is brush and ink and wash. That's my favorite drawing medium because you can increase the thickness of the line weight by applying pressure to the brush as you come around the curve or something like that on the bottom of a figure. A figure has more of an idea of gravity at the bottom. There's more of a bounce and more of a life. It seems to be a human need. The moment that your physical creature needs are met, people want to express who they are through an act of making, whatever that looks like. It doesn't have to be painting. There's all kinds of things it doesn't have to be. It can be all kinds of things. And it's the curating something that is shared with an other that I think, that's a really human thing. The people who were painting on the Lascaux cave walls were sharing an experience of encountering wildlife in a way that, you see that, that it's not the first time that person's made those marks like that. That's beautiful and stunningly beautiful. Without art, why are you educating anyone to do anything? Art might be the reason why you're doing anything. It represents the culture. It certainly represents the person. And it represents the connection of one person to another person. So I think it's not just important, maybe it's a primary importance, maybe.